Hey there, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of the Relationship School's Smart Couple Podcast. I'm Jayson Gaddis, I'm your host. And how was the conflict series? How was that for you guys? Hopefully you found it helpful, and hopefully you signed up for our annual Embracing Conflict workshop here in Boulder, Colorado. There's still time. This is coming out. There's still a couple weeks left. Our early bird special is now complete, but you can still come. So it's relationshipschool.net/embracing conflict. Now, I just wanted to thank you all for listening. We get emails and we've gotten great reviews on iTunes. So I just want to thank all of you for doing that. And today I've got a question from one of you, listener, Elfie. And she's got a great question about taking space. So we're going to get into that here in a moment. Before we do, we have another ask. We want to make this podcast better, and we want to understand who you are. So if you'll just go to relationshipschool.net/survey and fill out a survey. It's got a bunch of questions. Should take you 5 minutes or less. And you can qualify for a $100 gift from the Relationship School. And that'll be a gift towards any product or merchandise on our website. Okay, so $100 coming back at you if you win our little monthly contest. And we'll do this every month. Okay, we're going to start giving away a monthly prize of $100 toward the Relationship School products or merchandise. Okay, just as a thank you. So if you want to play and if you want to help us out, it'd be awesome, and you could potentially get a major discount on one of our courses that could change your life. All right, so check that out. Okay, here is Elfie's question, and it's all about giving space. She says, how does giving space in a relationship relate to giving total freedom? Total freedom. Interesting. And does giving total freedom mean you don't have an intimate relationship? Well, that's a good question. You're using the word total freedom. If someone really wants to be completely free of any and all obligations or sharing or negotiating or anything with another person, they have every right to do that in their life and be a free agent. But that person will likely, because they're a human being and they're a mammal, they won't go too far from people, and they need people. In fact, they're dependent on other people. So I don't know that there's such a thing as total freedom for a human being. Some of the Enlightenment people would say, yes, there is. You can just be completely free of all possessions and human beings and not need anything to be completely enlightened. I think that's a bit of a fantasy. I played that game for a while. But the bottom line here is, I think what Elfie's asking is, I'm worried. I kind of hear another question in there, Elfie, which is I'm worried that if I've really let this person completely be who they are, I won't have a relationship. And I disagree with that. I don't know if that's your question, but remember, as I've talked about in the podcast a lot, intimacy is separateness and connection. Intimacy is separateness and connection. It's connection and separateness. A lot of people confuse intimacy in a love relationship with closeness. But that gets suffocating after a while. All of us need space. Just like the baby needs to look away from the mother in an infant caregiver situation. In secure attachment, that's part of the deal, is the baby has to look away. The mom needs a break. That's secure attachment. Okay? So as Dan Siegel talks about, secure attachment is really a safe harbor, and it's a launching pad. And the launching pad suggests freedom. It means I am safe. I feel safe in our connection, so safe that I can actually go out and be who I am. I can go be myself. I can go express myself out in the world. without fear of reprimand, or you're going to like blame me for going out and being me and pursuing what I care about in my life. See, most of us got the message from a very young age that if we go out and be ourselves, we're going to get punished. And that's not cool. We can't do that. So then we squash our self-expression to keep the connection around. That's not freedom, right? And I found in a marriage of 11 years here that I am more myself, more unabashedly myself than I've ever been in my life. And I attribute that very much to my partnership with Ellen, because she supports me in being who I am. She doesn't want anything less. She doesn't want me to compromise who I am. So I am free, you could say, to be myself. All right? No one wants to be, quote, tied down or boxed in. Nobody likes that. And sadly, some people associate that as that's marriage. That's monogamy. You're fucked. You're trapped. And you can't be yourself, and you can't do what you want to do. That's why men use men that are less developed use the term ball and chain. It's as if he's chained to this woman who's like holding him back. I mean, that's such a bullshit experience. That is a man blaming a woman for his unwillingness and inability to be who he is in the context of a partnership. So we're not talking about that here, okay? Okay. I'll take a couple, if there's any questions here from the Facebook Live, bring it on. Otherwise, we'll conclude there. And remember to please help us out and fill out that survey, relationshipschool.net/survey. And that will take you right to many questions that you can help us better understand you, who you are, where you're from, male, female, that kind of stuff, and so that we can direct our content towards who you are. Because right now it's a little fuzzy, okay? And thanks again for all your amazing reviews and listenership and just your support over the time, okay? I want to read one review from iTunes here, which is like amazing. AJ Freehand. What's up, AJ Freehand? AJ says, I just started listening to this podcast with reasons everyone else is, as I'm engaged to the most beautiful woman, and we are now 10 weeks pregnant. We have hit some strong tides and have talked about splitting up once in a while. I felt hopeless and trapped and always shut down and get angry when we get in fights. Jayson has made me realize how I've brought my past into my present relationship and how I've caused stress and conflict. My fiance has the most patience, and we've given each other chances. We've had threats here and there, as Jayson explains, security conflicts. The reality that others are going through this helps me and gives me hope. And now I can't wait to see my fiance after she gets off work. Thank you. Hell yeah, AJ. Nice. Thank you for leaving us a review, and I'm glad to be of service here. Okay, thanks everybody, and we'll talk soon.
Well, I found the community here to be really open and really easy and actually very welcoming, which I was very thankful for, being anxious about it. And my partner gave me great advice when I was on the fence about it, and he was like, you have to realize that spending money on yourself and your self-growth is worth it, and you're worth it, and you're going to grow from this. And I was like, yeah, all right, that sounds good.